Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's enjoying their Thursday morning. Sorry for all the technical difficulties I've been having. I should just came over here and did it over here in the first place. But this one's for you guys on Twitter. Pretty sure there's no notifications going out. It's just a link that I shared, so I've got that set up and everything's ready to go. But first off and first and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of you guys on Twitter that's follow me. We've reached a milestone that I never thought I'd see, honestly. 201 followers. You guys are amazing. I enjoy your guys' tweets and retweets. And for those of you who've been sticking around this long, you guys are really amazing because I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. But it's been a blast for the past few years doing this. I think Sons and Daughters has been. I've been streaming on Sons and Daughters of Liberty for now almost 3 years, 3 or 4 years. Time flies. And I've been on Twitter for just about as long with this channel. But you guys are awesome, and like I said, I've enjoyed the interaction, the fun times we've had, and I wanted to give something back, something special for you. Normally for over here I do Periscope, but yeah, I've tried 3 times and it's just been fail. And I think it's on some of it's on the Periscopes, and I keep getting an error on Periscope. It'll just cut out to an error, and it tells you to try watching a live broadcast. So I'll play around with it and reinstall it on my phone later, but I've had nothing but issues with Periscope in the past, so it's kind of why I kind of stopped doing live videos over to here. But yeah, we've had some fun times. And we've talked about some interesting things, as we always do on Sons and Daughters of Liberty. Very ranging from censorship to some prepping. I haven't done any prepping videos in years. It's been more focused on constitutional matters, the ramblings of the chaotic mind, and other issues that we see. Many of the stories been inspiration from you followers, actually. Your stories that you share. That's what's so important about all this social media and all these platforms that we're on and dedicated to. You know, if I'm going to be able to get back in the habit of doing once a week a podcast just for Twitter, and for the Minds and for Facebook, like I used to do, and of course YouTube. I'm not going anywhere. Everybody else is running and leaving YouTube, but I'm not going anywhere. I pretty much had my say on that with the last 2 censorship videos I've done. But this one's all for you guys. Let me pop over here so I can pop this chat out. You guys are definitely more than welcome to come over here and chat. I'll answer some questions. In the meantime, I'm just gonna do what I do. Pretty much, I'll drink my coffee already. Messing around with Streamlabs OBS, trying to get Periscope to work, even from Restream. I noticed that all my APIs had to be redone, and it's like, man, I'm not in the mood to mess with that first thing in the morning. I was just, I wanted to do something special. I reached 201 followers around, I think, 1 o'clock last night, this morning, and it was so tempting to just jump on right then and there. But I wanted to make sure that, I still had 200 come morning because I know how that works. I am not everybody's cup of tea, like I said. And, what the way I do things over here, I do it differently than everybody else. I'm not about the numbers. And truthfully, I'm not. I'm about quality. The interactions with people, interacting with people in my chat room as I'm doing the videos and live streams. To me, that's what it's about. I've done everything organically on YouTube, here, everywhere I'm at. I just let it grow on its own. I think you get a much more special meaning out of it, better quality, and better ends with people. We just get caught up with, they tell us, oh, you got to have all these friends, all these subscribers. I want people that I'm going to be able to chat with, talk to, interact with, have fun with. I mean, I've had a blast just last night. I mean, just with some of the posts. This one was probably by far the best. Let's just open this one up. Easier to get to the whole thing. Okay, that's not what it was. I must have started a new thread on that one. Yeah, this is what started it all. Can someone please get AOC a ball? Just saying, or even a real education, because it's quite obvious she don't have one. But the ball gag will work just fine along with a straight jacket and a padded cell. I mean, come on, we're all good. It was funny for a little bit, maybe the first few days, first couple weeks, but now it's just gotten ridiculous. She doesn't know how to shut up. And when she does come up with something good, she ruins it by her lack of education, really. I mean, she brung up something that was important. I'm talking about Rikers Island. Now, there's a lot of people don't know that there are women, when you get arrested and tried and sent to prison, if the woman's pregnant, she's still going to prison. She will give birth to that baby in prison. So there is an issue there that should be addressed. Because what ends up happening is, once she has the child, in most cases, the child becomes a ward of the state. So there is issues and issues. But when you start going off left field talking about dumb shit, no one wants to hear that. You ruin a very good, important point, something that does need addressed. I mean, AOC is a joke. I mean, my personal opinion, and I typed this somewhere earlier yesterday too, she's just an attention whore. We need to stop feeding her addiction, literally. Then I've seen her call words first thing before I went to bed last night about the Strait of Hormuz, Iran shooting down a drone. Now they're saying Iran saying it wasn't international waters, which is they're going to contest that, because for those that don't know, all of our military that's had to go through the Strait of Hormuz, what I'm talking about. You are on high alert because you're usually getting shot at from both sides. It's been contested waters since the 80s, probably 70s, since I can remember. So I can't go past 77. Literally, I can't go past, what, maybe 84 when I was really paying attention. Born, so, since I've been alive, that's been happening since these. Sometimes we got to point these little facts that they kind of leave out. Most of our military that's been over there had to be on the ships. They know what it is. We fly a drone over the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, we all recognize that it is international waters, but Iran and the bordering areas don't. It's contested territory. They believe it's theirs. Yeah, then while the frequency of rainfall this spring has been unreal in northwest Ohio, most climate sites are near or far above the max for no number of rainfall days since April. I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous. We're flooded out around here. No farmers got fields planted. I mean, it's raining now. It's been raining since I went to bed at what, almost 3 o'clock in the morning. But talk about crazy weather. Out in Colorado, Utah areas, they were getting snow. Up there, some places were getting up to 2 inches of snow. And then we're getting ready to enter July. I mean, what's today? The 20th. Tomorrow's the first day of summer, 21st, summer equinox. And I haven't seen a bit of summer yet. Couple days nice here and there. I mean, this is the issues I like talking about. I don't like having this come on here every time. Censorship. I like to have fun and enjoy things, enjoy topics. Talk about, how we got divided, how we've been pushed for division. I mean, we live in 2019, almost 2020, and we still talking about race. We got these idiots talking about reparations for slavery. The very party that historical fact has represented nothing but the KKK, white national supremacy. But everybody twists the facts on fucking media. You got CNN talking about, oh my God. I mean, like I said, attention whore. And people keep feeding her addiction. I mean, TMZ would interview. Just ignore her. If everybody ignores her, we know she's not going to get reelected to another term. And the only reason, years from now, people will look for the journalists, officials, and every people who stood up for what was right in real time. Let me tell you something, AOC. You know what was right? What we're doing now, what we should have been doing, enforcing the damn law. You need to really go back to school. Start at third grade, because that's probably about your education level. And relearn your history. Relearn your math, science. Get a proper education. Or go back to the casting couch. I'm sure they'll supply you with a ball gag there too. It's ridiculous calling that a concentration camp. My dad watches MSNBC, CNN, all of them. Actually, he watches all of them, but he believes everything they say half the time, and it's ridiculous. Are they detainment centers? Yes. Why? Because they are committing a crime. Let's get another fact. I heard a reporter talk about this last night. I think it was from an interview. He's referring to it as a jail, but we all know who started putting the people in there to begin with was under Obama. So let's not be blaming Trump and everybody else. And it should be done. But they made a comment that she made a comment, I think it was, her or Bernie, one of them, about us taking the kids away from their parents when we lock them up. Well, let me tell you something. How many people are in jail or in prison because they made a comment without a trial? Well, yeah, if you commit a crime, you go to jail and you await trial. And you'll sit in jail unless you bond yourself out. And guess what? They don't. If your kids are in school, you're still going to jail. They'll contact. If you're lucky, they'll contact a parent, a family member to come pick the kids up. If not, they'll send social service to pick the kids up. And then you're lucky to notify them. So, it's sad that we got to correct all the little things they just want to leave out when every day people are getting locked up, being taken away from their kids, American citizens. So, why are we making a big deal out of some illegals? And that's what they are, illegal immigrants crossing our border illegally. Even the asylum seekers that cross over have committed a crime because they're supposed to go to the nearest embassy and apply there in that country, not ours, for asylum. And there's no mystery. Back in World War II, we did have detention centers. We did round up people that were a threat, but we haven't really done it since then. They claim we have a war on terror, but we're not rounding up all the suspected terrorists and detaining them. But yet we're at war. You know, it's sad that we have to correct our politicians, the ones that are supposed to be representing us. It's sad that we've got almost all of Congress that are just trying to strip our freedoms away, strip our Constitution away. It's nice to see from time to time, like Crenshaw, Jordan. I can't remember the dude that just brought a bill up to take away the protections on social media platforms. It needs to happen because I find it funny that Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, they can honor every other country's laws but ours. And you guys should be pissed off, screaming mad about that. We have a constitution they should have to honor. We're American citizens. Most of my videos get blocked from every country around the world, especially here of late that I've been age restricting them because here of late not so, I've been more unfiltered. I prefer to be unfiltered, and I've let the F bomb drop a few times, let a few other colorful words drop a few times. But I shouldn't have to worry about being censored for that. But I'm respectful enough to go age restrict it. Or if I know I'm going to do it, I'll age restrict it right then and there. Because I do have a younger audience too that follows me. It's about respect. And I know it. And I know. I mean, when I was living with my friend, we did our best not to drop the F word or say any cuss words around the kids. Did it matter? No. They picked it up on their own. They hear it being used in school around them. But we did. We did our best. And, once in a blue moon, we might have said something in front of the kids. It's about having respect, respecting other people's. My beliefs are different than a lot of people. My spiritual beliefs are different than most people. It doesn't mean I'm going to disrespect somebody else's beliefs. No, I want to have a good conversation. You know, a conversation shouldn't always be about religion, politics. To me, those are the things that should be your personal stuff. If you want to make it public, that's your right. I'm not so much going to make some of that stuff public because why? Just causes conflict in the end and arguments. But when it comes to our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, oh, I'm going to defend that with my very last breath, and I'm going to say what I feel and how I feel about it. And when it comes to the corruption in our government, state level, I'm going to point it out, as should everybody. As many of you that follow me, I mean, as you can see, my feed just going a mile a minute, but there's awesome. You guys report on some awesome stuff. You know, you guys are more accurate at times. Well, not at times. You guys are more accurate than the so-called news. We've got tons of citizen journalists out there, tons of live streamers that are reporting facts, making you question. That's what it's about. You know, I don't get caught up if somebody thumbs down my stuff or attempts to troll me, which is the best thing they can do. Because I'm going to ignore you. And if you thumb down my stuff, I'm going to be happy. You want to know why? Because I did my job. I said something that triggered you, that made you question something, made you think. It might not make a difference right now, but 5, 6 years down the road, you're going to remember that. It's going to come back to you. It's like, I remember hearing that on a podcast. Somebody said that. See, we do make an impact. It might not be right away. So when they thumb down my stuff, which I can count on one hand, believe it or not, just like all these people complain about censorship on YouTube. You know what? I've been over there 4 years on this channel. You know how many strikes I've gotten? Know how many videos have gotten taken down? None. And if anybody's listened to any of my podcasts, yeah, I pushed that line to the fullest. So maybe it's because of my namesake. Who I am, descendant of, I don't know. Which that really can't be the case because I've never really publicly, up until this year, and when I jumped on and corrected Nancy Pelosi on something when she mentioned my forefather's name. Most of you guys only know me Drew or Smiley or just sons. Up until just this year, I really didn't use my real name. Well, Drew is technically my real name. My real name's Andrew. Andrew Lima Rutledge. I'm a direct descendant of John Rutledge. You can find his name on the Constitution. If you do his research, you'll find that he was an appointed Supreme Court justice until he opposed the Loyalist Party and the treaty that they were trying to pass with Britain, because he seen what it would entail. We'd be in debt with them, but everybody wanted the war over. They wanted a treaty. They wanted a peace. So we didn't pay that debt off until Clinton was in office. But that cost him when they went to appoint. And the irony of it is, to this day, he's the only Supreme Court justice not to be appointed. There's the irony of it, but that's what it means about taking a stand and standing up, not running, standing up for what you believe in, protecting the sovereignty of our country, our nation, being willing to sacrifice something like that. Then during the preparation, I'm sure you guys all seen the video shared it. Everybody shared it. Most of you guys shared it that I follow too. With the NFL player Owens, man, he put it as clear as it could be. I couldn't have said it better. He said it best, and he put all of them on the spot. We should not even be talking about this issue. No, we shouldn't. I don't I don't care what your skin color is. I don't care what your religious beliefs are. In my eyes, you're Americans. You're human beings. I mean, I got friends around the world. Serbia, Dubai, South Korea, Russia, Britain, France, my mom's family in Brazil. Which kills me when I hear people talking about things in Brazil that they don't know what's really going on. We got caught into having to believe in what's being reported. Yep. World oil prices spiked more than 6% Thursday on President Donald Trump's warning Iran a very big mistake after he boasted of downing a U.S. spy drone. That's the other thing. We need to get these markets we need to get the corporate sector under control. We need our Supreme Court to revisit their ruling that would have never got off if Scalise didn't die, because he was very clear on it. When they passed when they made that ruling saying that corporate sectors could donate as much money to political and campaign funds because they are not a U.S. citizen, singular. They are multiple of citizens, therefore the Constitution does not apply to them. And we've seen what happened. They talk about influencing elections. Our corporate sectors influence election more than anybody in the world. Let's focus on the world part. A lot of our big corporate businesses here in the United States that donate massive millions and millions of dollars to these campaigns are foreign owned. So therefore we have foreign influence in our elections. They do get part of it right, but they neglect to tell you the truth, the whole of the story. They give you the little part. you know Honestly, corporations, businesses should be treated just like churches when it comes to politics. They can't have a say, shouldn't have a say. It is the American people, American voters, that are to have the say in our elections, not a corporation, not no social media platform. Social media platforms should respect our rights as U.S. citizens to to not influence, but to have our opinions and views on matters. When we catch a politician lying during an election cycle, we have the right, in fact, not a right, it's our due diligence to report the facts. I mean, all these lying politicians forget a very important thing. They're holding an office of trust. So if you're lying, you can't hold an office of trust because you're not trustable. If you got a basic third grade education, you shouldn't be in office. I'm pretty sure you know who I'm referring to on that one. I mean, come on. Oh, what's this one? Did you know Trump has concentration camps on the border? I wish we had a good president like FDR. Didn't FDR round up Japanese Americans and put them in camps? Hi, nice to meet you. Instead, that's a good one. And yes, that's when I was talking about that. That's exactly what happened. They put them in detention camps. I mean, simple history. Here's the part that kills me. we all know where the socialist Marxism all, but the socialism. I want to talk about that just for a little bit. We know it best if you study your history as the National Socialist Party, which was what? That's right, big part of why World War II happened. Even though it was before then, it had its roots in World War One as well before Hitler came about. But Hitler's the one that put it on the map as the Nationalist Socialist Party. And for some of these socialists, like AOC, to even claim they're socialists, it shows you truly they don't know their history. One, she could never be, because they would look at her by her name, ethnicity, race, whatever, as inferior. That was their beliefs, which is the wrong ideology. It's an ideology, and it's wrong. We're all human beings. It shouldn't matter about our skin color, our race, our ethnicity. But that's and many of these people that claim to that don't even know that part. Fail to recognize that. And it's sad. And that's why there's been such a push by the left and some on the right. And that's something else you guys got to get out of the delusion of. To remove our monuments, to remove anything that they say leaves a blemish on what America is today. America wouldn't be nothing today if it wasn't for our past, our history. We wouldn't have we would be talking about race if it wasn't for the civil rights movement. We would be talking about women and not being equal in the work area and other areas if it wasn't for the true feminist movement. Not the one we see today. It's not a true feminist movement. You can ask any true feminist from the 80s, 70s, early 90s, and they'd probably laugh in your face, if not smack the shit out of you. You know what killed the feminist movement for me? Remember the Women's March right after the inauguration? When all those so-called feminists let a female reporter get hit by a man, then they protected the man. Oh boy, that wouldn't have happened in the 80s or 70s. Wouldn't have happened in the 90s either. That dude would have been lucky if the cops could have got to him. But instead, your so-called new feminist movement protected him for hitting a female woman reporter. Sometimes we just got to get back to basics. Common sense. Common sense is such an easy thing. When you start having it, you start seeing things for what they really are. So, that's worth a share. Oops. I know. Like, we got to start using a lot more common sense. Just like, oh man, I don't even want to get into that one. The article that I shared it, of course, I shared it with a bunch of caps, giving my opinion about that chick that was giving that video talking about pedophilia. Oh man, it made me sick. In fact, I don't really want to talk about it, but I mean, common sense, it's a crime, And here's the thing, guys. Some people might not agree with this. Some people want to say it's a mental illness. It's an addiction, mental disease. It's a disease, much like they claim, an addict has a disease. Now, bottom line is you can't blame nobody but yourself. You make choices. You chose to do whatever drug you were doing. With every choice comes consequences, good or bad. There's many out there that's done drugs their whole life and never committed a crime. I mean, that's just facts. But there's so many more that have. The bottom line is you make a choice. You chose to do it. Therefore, you got to suffer the consequences. And pedophilia is a crime that should be punished to the fullest of the law. I actually agree with what CJ said and her comment earlier that I retweeted. No. Yeah, because I'd be in prison if it happened to anyone I know. My brother's kids, my best friend's kids. Oh no. Dude wouldn't make it to the courthouse. Or woman. See, we forget it's both. Just like most people don't realize some of the worst serial killers ever were female. It's just rare. That's the other thing. We need to stop letting Congress police itself. Period. I mean, we know how that goes. They're not going to fire one of their own unless it's absolutely they have to or forced to. We need to take the ethics committee out of Congress because they're not ethical. When half of them are just as corrupt as the one being told to be brought up on ethics violations. No. All these special committees that are actually they're calling investigations. We need to remind Congress their job is not that. They're not a judiciary branch. Period. We have a system for that. And it's a judiciary's branch responsibility and duty to uphold the laws and enforce the laws, even on Congress. It's time they start wasting our taxpayer money. And this is actually a very true statement. Immigration without assimilation is not immigration. It is an invasion. And, understand the proper terminology and terms and legal terms of things. That we call them illegal for a reason. I sat there and actually, still on my YouTube channel, when they were talking about immigration and other things that they kept on bringing up, that was actually off topic. But the important issue was every Democrat refused to use the word illegal alien or so they could justify that they have rights. No, you do not have constitutional rights if you're not a citizen, U.S. citizen. You do get some if you have here on visa. It's just insane the manipulation that they pull on the American people, and they're in an office of trust. Please, they shouldn't be in an office of trust. They should be completely removed. But people keep voting them in because, and this is the other issue, guys, and many of you don't agree with this and don't understand it. You would if you seriously think about it and question things. We get caught up in that red blue thing. That's just another way to divide us. It shouldn't be about red, blue. It should be about the person and their actions. How have they what have they done in the past? Have they honored everything they said? Have they supported our Constitution? Are they for the American people? For we the people? That's what it's supposed to be about. Not a damn label. We get caught in the label game and get divided. Labels are meant to subcategorize, meant to put us in little boxes and separate us and to further divide us. Stop with the stupid nonsense. Oh, I'm not going to vote for anybody because we don't have a Republican running. Go out in your communities and find that person. Stop voting the same people in. It's our due diligence to find our representatives from our communities, the ones that hold our values, that honor and want our Constitution. We need to stop putting these rich fucks in office, honestly, because they don't care. They've forgotten what it's like to be the everyday citizen. And many of them were, ate off silver spoons anyway. So you think they know how to fix our jobs, fix our markets, put checks on these corporations? No, because they're getting paid by many of these corporations to their campaign funds, and it happens on both sides. We forget we have Republicans of our constitutional rights. There is left right. That's an illusion. Common sense would tell you that. Common sense tells you to judge a person by their actions, not by their words. Do your due diligence, research, question everything they say. How have they done it in the past? What have they voted on key issues? That's important to you. We're approaching the next presidential election cycle and cycle in Congress for some. Are we going to put the same people back in office? Are we going to start finding real people, the real American people that know what this country is about, know that it's history, that is so rich, that wants to fix immigration? Because if immigration is broken, I know I watched my mom do it, become a U.S. citizen. The lawyers, she had to have the money they had to put up. The system's been broken for a very long time. It's not nothing new. Because we do want people coming to our country, people that hold our values, hold and want to be here because they want the freedoms we have, the liberties we have. And that's the type of people we want here. We don't want people coming in here like the refugee Syrian that got arrested in Pennsylvania yesterday for planning to bomb a Christian church. Oh, by the way, he was one of Obama's refugees, Syrians. So then we don't know who's coming in and across our borders. That's the problem. We've got terrorists coming across our borders. We got cartels coming across our borders, MS-13 gang members coming across our borders. We're not getting just asylum seekers. We're getting the filth of the world. And we got sanctuary cities that want to harbor them and protect them and violate federal law and harboring them. They're aiding and abetting a fugitive. And then, you know what? How you stop that? Federal law. The feds need to send marshals in and arrest the mayor, the governor of these sanctuaries. Start arresting the people that are obstructing justice. There's the true obstruction coming right straight from these sanctuary cities like California, New York, Chicago. You know, and the worst part of it is, I know the censorship's going to get worse as as this election cycle approaches. I also know that they're going to ramp up the rhetoric, try to push more division and hate, like they're doing with the reparation bill, trying to fuel that race fire that they always try to do. Damn, Joe. Biggs, I didn't know they had. Well, probably why I haven't seen you any tweets from you in about a week or so. Know that feeling. Been there many times. And that's funny. We were just talking about it. Oh no. It's just getting to the point where you guys got to decide when's enough's enough. You guys got to start taking your country back and demanding that change, demanding that these politicians that are so corrupt, that are liars, yeah, they only have to lie once while in office, and they have violated that office of trust, be removed. Unfortunately, there's only 7 states that allow their representatives to be voted out or removed if they violate their campaign promises or violate their oaths of office. And funny enough, one of them is Colorado, and they've done it twice in the past 10 years. Called back people, had enough. You're not supporting this. You're not honoring your campaign promises. Fine. We're going to remove you, and we're going to appoint somebody else, re-elect somebody else to take your office. And that's what every state should have that right. I tell you what, if we did, a lot of these politicians wouldn't be in office. I mean, there's so much that can be changed and done. And this is turning it into more of a rambling of a chaotic mind than celebration of 201 followers. And I want to thank each and every one of you. And I want to get dinner started since I'm going to be using a slow cooker to cook some chili. Why not? So cloudy, overcast, raining, drizzly. Why not? Let's make some chili today. I enjoy cooking. That's meditation and zen just as much as I enjoy doing these podcasts for you guys. You guys are amazing. And remember, guys, it's not about the numbers. I mean, yeah, I'm doing it about the numbers, but it's because I've done everything organically. People that have followed me have been following me, many of you from the beginning. You know, like, wow, I don't go hours. Why? I mean, you get too many. I mean, even right now, I'm following probably too many. You get a bunch, your feed's just, you can't read everything. And stuff gets buried and stuff from like people like Dabu. When he goes live, shares his, you might not see it. And we know how YouTube is with notifications. Half the time you don't get them when you go live. Just like nobody, that was because I said it's that way. Nobody got a notification that I went live over here on YouTube because I unlisted it because I wanted it just for you guys on Twitter, since I couldn't have the chat if I made it private. Because I can make it private, which whoever I share the link to can view it. But to me, one of the best tools that they gave us on YouTube was the live chat. And now it stays up, being able to interact with you guys. You know, I get pissed off every time I come to Twitter when I save something or, retweet so I can go back and find it in the feed just to go back and it's been removed. It happens so much, it's not even funny. But that's okay. I learned that lesson. You can only fool me twice. And usually not even that, but it happens. I've just got to the point with something I want to go back and research later or want to go actually read later. I'll just pop and pad when I get time later or evening, I'll sit down and go over. Not even have to worry about coming here and looking because more than likely, if it's that my attention is from Twitter. That's all that. Not on Facebook for this. I'm on close friends and family. Yes, I do have sons and daughters page, and that's got me suspended a few times. It used to be just my own page, and they just started going fixing it so I couldn't for 30 days be on Facebook. I mean, shit, I was practically banned for almost a year. I get a video and didn't have to be mine. It could have been anybody's, and it was, yep. But to all of you that are followers, thank you. You guys are amazing. Your tweets are amazing. Your comments are amazing. Replies when we get an interaction. And that's what I enjoy the most, being able to interact with different people, learning. Because we learn from each other. That's what it's supposed to be about. Sometimes you make us question things that we thought we knew. But you don't get that. It's about quality. The quality of people that come into your streams. And for the most part, the quality of followers I have is pure quality. There's a few that are advertisers follow so they can advertise. There's a few that are spammers. But you get that. You know, and you get used to it. Now, I don't know. Here soon, guys, I'm not going to be able to do the live hangouts on air from YouTube because we're getting rid of it. I shared that a couple days ago when it popped up. It's actually showing right now. This hangout on air is live. Hangouts on air is going away later this year. For quick streaming, try youtube.com/webcam, which basically just stops us from allowing to have other people in on the chat to where it can only be you, which sucks because I have the options to share stuff, share content, share like I'm doing now. Or a rare treat. I don't often because I can't stand being on going live and I actually looks like a real person behind the screen, just not a voice. You know, sometimes it's just important to be able to do this. But will be the only thing will be okay. I found because as you guys can see, I have crap internet, so using slams, BS, or just OBS or XSplit, it's it's almost impossible, especially when I'm trying to multi-stream. Those that enjoy having people come onto their shows, being able to do this, that maybe don't have good internet connection, check out theminds.com. Create a group. You'll get access. Yeah, okay. I'm not sharing the screen, so I'm going to pop it. I'm going to show you what I'm talking. Believe it or not, if you like Twitter, guys, you'll love the Minds. But do realize the minds do try to practice free speech completely. So you're going to find content I might not like. It's our responsibility. If you don't like that content, ignore it. Or don't checkbox show mature content. Basically not safe for work. Because right now, the Minds is probably one of the best platforms right now when it comes to censorship, not censoring people. The worst, I mean, unless you commit a crime, that's literally, you got to commit a crime, spam, to get removed from the Minds. The worst is going to happen, and it's been happening more and more since they installed jury duty, people's channels and content being marked not safe for work. That's the worst that's going to happen to you. Your page will be marked not safe for work. Your videos won't be taken down. Your pictures won't be removed. And you don't have to have nothing to do with the cryptocurrency aspect of it. All right, now I can share screen. Actually, because I don't have that thing check marked. So I do have check mark to show because I don't care. But there's an interesting little tool right here in our groups called Gathering. Now, what I found even more interesting about this is pretty much, well, anybody can use it. Anybody in my group can actually do a gathering. And you can live stream from here. It's almost just like Hangouts. You know, have multiple people in. Edit on it. You can live stream stuff right now for me. And I've noticed I've got a better quality stream. Stream from here better than I am when I'm streaming accounts, which is mind blowing in itself. Yeah, this is going to take a second to load. Might help if I close that out. Like I said, I don't have the best connection. Okay, now it's loading. It's bad enough I gotta see my face on one side. Yeah, guys, I don't like being in front of a camera or having my picture taken. Not a fan. Let me mute that. But basically, you can come in here, click Start Live Stream. But you're going to quickly notice, enter your YouTube live stream key here, which was cool. This will actually prevent somebody from streaming on my channel, but they'll still be able to stream. I've already tested this out with another account. They can put their YouTube stream key in. Basically, they'll just switch accounts, re-sign in, and they'll be able to live stream right from my group. As you can see, I've already got that right there because that's what I'm streaming right now on. You just choose that, put your stream key in, just click Start Live Stream, and amazing. Like I said, the minds have come a long ways. Because I know some of you can go back to some of my videos, and I was not a fan of the minds. Why? Well, because everybody said it wasn't a censorship platform, but yet they had the stuff in place. I mean, as you can see, I'm connection good. Not so much over here on Hangouts through YouTube. So here's another option for you guys. I'm not saying run. I'm saying use this as a tool. I mean, for many, D Live's a tool, but for me, it's not. It's not I can't even watch a video over there right now. So I just wants to keep buffing. So that's not an answer for me. My thing is, I'm not going to run from YouTube. There's my core followers, all 71 of them. Ah, yeah, right? I've got more followers on more followers and follow me in this group, 143. Growing every week. Organically growing because you can't boost the channel. Amazing. I am going to close this out though. But yeah, they do. But like I said, I mean, if you guys want to, I'll put the link in the to the content policy. Let you guys read it. This is what the minds have came up with. Yes, it's starting to get it. Unfortunately, with all things, it's going to happen. I mean, you got your trolls over here. They can't mind, but you're going to get that with a true free speech platform. But the content policy, it is fair. I mean, even though I do see this, eventually this is going to get used. They're going to, because you got 7% of the jury to overturn an administrative action. And from what I've seen, they're kind of letting the jury do it more. I mean, in 24-hour period, and this was the worst part. Same person, 3 different videos, jury duty. There was nothing criminal. I mean, adhere to their guidelines. I mean, they have a strike. So users will receive a strike for certain violations of content policy. Users will be notified about the strike with which term was violated and which piece of content was in violation. All strikes can be appealed to the Minds jury. Individual strikes will expire after 90 days. The following violations were in a strike. Untagged, not safe for work. I mean, common sense. If you're dropping the F-bomb, there's partial nudity, or it's just graphic. Mark it not safe for work. Show some respect. Harassment and spam can get you banned, and it should be. This thing you get immediately banned for. Illegal. Terrorism, pedophilia, extortion, fraud, revenge porn, sex trafficking. I think we can all agree with that. There's no place for that. It's against the law. Personal and confidential information, doxing. I fully support that. You should be banned immediately. In fact, you should be charged. Malware. I don't care about that, but this is a crypto site, so it is important to have that in there. Impersonation, yes. Incites a true threat of violence. Notice they put the word true. Hate speech is not a threat of violence. It's actually protected by the Constitution, and our Supreme Court's been very clear on that. And I mean, it's just all common sense stuff. And you get statistics. Actions taken by the mines, 810. Appeals, actions overturned, 91. Hasn't changed since I've last been over here, so. And like I said, I've only had 3 jury duties. But it's an awesome system. Is it perfect? No, like I said, it's starting to be used. You've got your people over that try and report on, and there's a simple fix to this. These people that keep doing this repeatedly, and it is found that there is no violations of terms of service, maybe it's time we suspend them and ban them, because it's against the law to make a false report. It's against the law to make an accusation as within a written report. So if you're constant, because that's actually would class that witness harassment and spamming. there's so many things you can class it. That would put an end to it when these guys realize they will be punished because it does keep from the illegal stuff that might come on here and getting it flagged and caught and getting them removed and getting it sent to the proper authorities when you're dealing with such issues of pedophilia, sex trafficking, and all that crap. But I mean, no place is perfect. And eventually they're going to crack down on the mines and try to force them. We've seen it with Gab. I mean, I'm just sick of Gab, to be honest with you. It's become a cesspool. I mean, some of the comments and stuff I've seen there, because, at least here I get to see my followers' tweets and not everybody's tweets. I'm following you for a reason because I enjoy the stuff you're saying. Some people I follow, as you guys see, I do follow AOC. Why? Somebody's got to. Somebody's got to catch her in her lies and rhetoric. Sometimes I know I follow a couple other politicians because I want to see what they're saying, what they're about. Research, questioning. That's what it's about. And I do follow some people that are more left-sided views. Why? Because it's important to have that different story, the different side of things. It helps you question things. Well, why do they feel this way? Why do they think this way? Do I got something wrong? Something to think about. I fully agree on that, CJ. You know, I will never apologize for being black. White people should never apologize for being white. I'll never apologize for being American, a woman, loving my country and my president and FLOTUS. Democrats owe us all a colossal apology for waging race, class, and religious warfare. Fully agree, Tiff. No, I followed you. And some of you guys are getting your channels and stuff, your pages showcased. But yeah, guys, like I said, I need to wrap this up. I need to start dinner because it'll take. What time is it? Oh yeah, dinner won't be done till about 6 o'clock if I use a slow cooker. But guys, in the end, thank you for all the followers and for those of this channel over the years and supported the work I do. Thank you. Awesome to see 201 followers. Awesome to be able to still be on all these platforms that I'm on, sharing the content that I share, watching every spot grow. The way it's been in a journey, amazing ride. know, for the past year, I've been out of the game, and pretty much said I was done with streaming. And I have Twitter to thank for bringing me back. Honestly, yeah. For those that don't know the story, uh, KG 2017, we were having a conversation on Twitter a couple 2 weekends ago about Kent State and about some of the stuff that I was investigating while I was in North Carolina, living around the Boone area, basically living and working on pretty much a college campus because App State is this campus is considered anything within the city limits because I mean there's no business for a Division 1A college being in such a small area because they have no room to build, no room to do anything. It's just everything's congested and put in a little tiny box, because it's up on a mountain. But the stuff I was learning from interacting with the college kids that I worked with and knew and hung with about how that are going on, how the rape and stuff doesn't get actually, most of the rapes and stuff never get reported to the police. It's all dealt within the camp with the camp inside the campus police, which I've known that. But it was staggering because they keep all the stuff, the criminal stuff that happens on the campus doesn't show in the statistics. So they're manipulating the statistics that the public sees. And for those that don't understand, after what happened at Kent State, which was tragic, they made it so that from here on out, that's never going to happen again. And it should never happen. But they started policing themselves, creating campus security, campus cops, police. They've got just as much right up. I don't know how many times I've write people up for speeding, running lights, and they could do that anywhere within the city limits because campus was considered the whole city limits. So they're doing things that where Boom PD should be doing, not campus. But it also, by letting them do it, it decreases the crime rate and the crime statistics, which is wrong. Every good thing gets abused, much like I was talking about the jury duty on the mines. Everybody, you find good in theory, it's good, but eventually somebody's going to find a way to use it and abuse it. But you guys, thank you. I hope you guys all have a rest. It's Thursday. We're almost, it's afternoon, so we're getting close to Friday. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Keep having fun on Twitter. Keep posting amazing tweets and comments. I look forward to interacting with all of you as I try to do from time to time. It's been an amazing ride, and I look forward to doing much, much more. And I will see you guys on the next one.